Hello, hello. Welcome to the Spiritual View. Welcome in, everyone. We're so grateful to have you. It is Friday, August the 8th. Hopefully, wherever you are in the world, we've got some viewers, someone from Australia. We've got some different parts of the world represented. So whatever time zone you're in, we welcome you in. We have a host of hosts today, and I'm going to introduce everyone. We have, starting with Dawn from Astrology and Tarot Alchemy. We have Jen from the Awakened Jen. We have Wendy. We have Morgan from Tourmaline Tarot. We have Ruby from Ruby's Lighthouse Tarot. All right, Denise, Spirit Dragon Tarot, and Ron joining us. We are all very glad to be here, and I'm Sari. We are your hosts today, and we've got a full lineup for everyone. So as you're coming on, welcome in, and just wanted to let you know this is a different ceremony than our full moon ritual, which is actually tomorrow on August the 9th. We'll be releasing that. But today, we're going to be talking about this beautiful energy of Lionsgate. And we're going to go into the energy, the astrology, and we're going to be pulling some cards for the collective because the focus and the theme is the theme of self-care. So you'll see later today some additional videos of some of our rituals of self-care and messages that we will be providing to you. So be on the lookout for videos to be released all day today. And so we are really blessed and grateful to have everyone. So we also have an announcement about a class on Monday that Dawn is going to be doing. Dawn, would you just briefly describe your class on Monday for us?
Right. This is going to be a sample class that I'm going to show you how it's going to work. What I will be doing in future classes is called Learn As You Go. And basically a lesson. And then after we've learned, like we're going to talk about the sun, then we will be doing sample charts from participants in the class. It's going to be a Zoom class. And for next Monday, because it's going to be on YouTube as opposed to it'll be a private Zoom class when we're doing the class, I will have Wendy and Jen's charts as examples, especially regarding the eclipse energy coming out. So when you book this class, it will be on my website because we don't have a website yet for the Spiritual View. It will move to the Spiritual View website when we do have that come up. But we will be providing that information on Monday's sample class that you get to see what it looks like and what to expect. So that's all the information I have, and see what it looks like Monday, and that'll be much more information for you.
That's great. Thank you. And I just wanted to make mention that Morgan, Ruby, Denise, and Ron have all been guests on the channel for our Wildcard Wednesday. So check out their videos because they're really exceptional. And so we asked them to join us today, and we have 8 for the 8/8 portal. So like always, we are going to get started with just a quick energy clearing. So I would ask everyone just to find a place, if you haven't sat down, or lie down just for a few minutes so that we can clear our energy to receive these beautiful energies and information today. So I'd invite everyone just to relax and close your eyes. And let's start by taking a couple of nice deep cleansing breaths. In through the nose, then out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just continue to let your body relax. Just soften any part of the body that feels tense. And this energy of Lionsgate is very strong and very powerful. Known as a celestial gateway for transformation, the Lionsgate opens when the sun is in Leo and the star Sirius aligns with Earth, flooding us with divine light, soul upgrades, and infinite potential. The lion symbolizes courage, heart-centered leadership, and spiritual sovereignty. Portals represent passageways to higher consciousness. Keys symbolize unlocking our inner truth and soul destiny. As you continue to relax, release any tension in your body. Feel your body soften. Feel your heart open. Now imagine before you a majestic golden gate shimmering with celestial light. This is the Lionsgate Portal. This gate is ancient. It is powerful and waiting for you to enter. As you approach the gate, a radiant lion appears beside you, strong, calm, noble. This is the guardian of the portal and a reflection of your own inner strength. The lion nods to you, and with a heart full of courage, you are handed a golden key. Hold this key in your hand. Feel its warmth. It is a symbol of your spiritual sovereignty, your readiness to walk into higher consciousness. With love and intention, insert the key into the gate. Turn it slowly. The gate swings open, and a burst of light surrounds you. Step through this gate. You are now in a field of beautiful golden light, bathed in the energy of Sirius. Feel this high-frequency energy clearing your aura, dissolving old timelines, karmic patterns, and anything that is no longer aligned with your divine plan and path. Breathe it in. Light, love, liberation. Feel your heart center expand, glowing with golden light. Put your hand now over your heart and say silently, I walk through the Lion's Gate with courage. I activate my divine purpose. I align with my highest soul path. Stay in this frequency. Feel these downloads of wisdom and guidance pouring in from your higher self, your guides, and the celestial realms. Know that you are safe, you are ready, and you are now the key. Now with gratitude, begin to return to your body as the lion escorts you back through the gate, now transformed. This golden key remains with you. It is yours to keep. You have the key, but now you are the key. Your future is now yours. Let's take one last deep breath in and exhale out. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Come back to your body. When you are ready, gently open your eyes. You are aligned. You are awakened. You are sovereign. You are the key now. And so it is. All right, over to Dawn.
Hello, everyone. I am sure that everybody has been feeling the energy of this Lionsgate, and probably even for the last 6 months. What I feel is happening, this is a very, very important Lionsgate, because Sirius is making its appearance in the sky so that we can see it at night. As a matter of fact, you will be able to see Sirius before dawn with Jupiter and Venus coming together. So what is really special about this is Sirius was always celebrated in Egypt by coming over when it would appear over the pyramids, and that would signify that there was going to be the flooding of the Nile, which is what brought water to the soil, so that was a fertile time, and that was Sirius announcing that, and I think that also signified the beginning of the year at that time. So Sirius has a very important, powerful star that we are looking at. And during this time, when Sirius is now appearing in the sky that we can see it, there is going to be on Tuesday, on the 12th, as part of this portal, the portal is July 26th through August 12th. On the 12th, as the portal is ending, we have Jupiter, Venus in a conjunction, an exact perfected conjunction at 14 degrees of Cancer on top of Sirius. Think about that energy. I mean, Venus and Jupiter, they have a conjunction every year. The thing is to have it on top of Sirius during the Lionsgate Portal is something that is really huge energy. And I really got the download of that. This is going to be, Jupiter is divine masculine, Venus divine feminine. The melding of those two together within ourselves. So us understanding that energy going forward. And we are going to be utilizing, I think, well into the future, this energy of the Leo and Aquarius axis. Because back when we had the new moon in Aquarius, that was setting up new things coming in for us. And the full moon that's happening tomorrow, which is at 17 degrees of Aquarius, the sun is still in Leo. That is our creativity. That is our inner joy. That is our self-love. That's important during this time. And then we have the full moon in Aquarius, which is the sign of the collective energy. And the beautiful thing about Aquarius is that it believes in having things done for the collective, but they strongly believe in individuality. So it's the energy of everybody can be different, but that doesn't mean we can't work together. And that's what this energy is going to be. And it's going to be leading us not only until the next 6 months when the new moon occurs again in Aquarius, it's going to be even a year from now when you look at the full moon Aquarius next year. So this Lionsgate is a huge amount of energy happening. And we do have 2 kites, not just one, but 2 kites. And that energy is going to be supportive of what we're going to be going through for the next 6 months and for the next year. We do have energy that we're going to be backing up into, we're going to be backing up into Pisces, and really going over, I think, the old relationships that just aren't serving us anymore. We're walking into our own energy. So this is what I think this whole energy about this particular Lionsgate is for us. Where can you have your inner joy, yourself, and still be part of that community? And that's what we have here, is this community energy where no one is judged because they're different. It's not a thing. It's like, okay, you like this and you like this, but maybe you're not interested in this particular thing. Okay, go to what interests you. We don't all have to agree on everything. We are individuals. And Leo is very much about, the self and the self-love and the individual and the creativity. And then you have the Aquarius energy that is non-judgmental. It's very much, okay, let's find a way with all these differences to work together. We are going to need to do that. And I think if I did point out, I'm not going to pull up any astrology charts. I did already do some astrology charts up earlier, and that's out there for you to look at and see. But that's the energy that we have going forward. So I think really, let's see if there's anything else I specifically want to mention. What feeds your soul? What is the thing that's going to help you in this next 6 months to a year time? Get those things out for yourself, because that's going to be about self-care. And I think that's very important. So with that energy, I think what we will do is we're going to move into looking at not only what we had for the astrology, but we're going to look at what the runes and channel messages and cards have to say about this energy going forward. Now, my specific question that I'm going to be answering is, where is the cosmic spotlight shining on my personal growth and vitality? And I used the Cosmic Journey Oracle for that. And what came out, I was asking for like a card, and 2 cards came out. The first one that came out is, you are at the divine Y point. Okay, no kidding, right? Everybody's been feeling this energy, and it's like some days are tougher than others, but we are at that point now. All this astrology that has been going on, that astrologers have been talking about, that we've never ever seen before, now we have choices coming up. And this is a 33 card, which I love that energy, the 33. And I think that that's something that we need to realize. We are at this turning point for the collective and for ourselves, to value ourselves and go with our own intuition and heart as part of this collective energy that's happening. So we are all at this divine Y point. And I think that's why it's nice for us to have a group to be supportive of each other, because there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot that we're going to be facing going forward. And things are meant to break down. Certain things out there in the collective, there's a collective lesson going on. Things will be sketchy, right? The higher vibration, though, is a protection of itself. The more that you focus on things that are not working, things continue to not work. But if you're focused on what you can do, you are going to be raising the vibrational level, just because you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is maintaining a good vibration that the earth can work with, because the earth is so involved in this whole energy of birth that's going on right now. And we are here, so we're part of this whole process. The other thing that came out, besides you are at the divine Y point, so this is big energy, is your 11-year-old self. This is Leo energy. Leo, your 11-year-old self. Leo is also the inner child energy, that inner joy, what is going on for us. And I think that is what we can really look at. Do things with joy. Follow your bliss. It won't lead you wrong. Follow your heart. And know that you are going through big changes, but it's like, oh, okay, I will do something that I love. I will enjoy the people that make me happier and stronger. And we are going to be finding our tribe more and more. So with that energy, I think that, we have changes coming, but be the inner child and take care of that inner child moving forward. So I will go ahead and turn this over to Sari so she can answer her question.
Okay, so my question, and this is an Akashic Records type of question, and I'll explain that in a second. It said, what soul lesson is ready to be integrated to deepen our self-care? And I'm an Akashic Records practitioner, which is the blueprint of the soul's journey over multiple lifetimes. So I actually go into the Akash and receive messages from a collective of souls who were called the wisdom keepers of light. So I was in the Akash this morning, and I asked what I should do to get this message. So they said, first pull a card. And this is from the Akashic Records guidebook. It's an oracle deck. And I pulled a card that I've never pulled before. Okay. And this is called the Law of Free Will, the gift of choice and possibility. So I said, oh, wow, I've never pulled this card before. And they said, well, there's a reason for that, because the collective wasn't ready for it. And it goes exactly, Dawn, to the Divine Y Point card. And we're all in a, I guess, a seminal moment where we either have to go right or we have to go left. And for those of us who've chosen to follow the spiritual path, and for many of you doing the work, you have chosen the spiritual path and you've gone in this direction. But the gift of free will, and this is a reminder as much to me as it is to anyone, we can only now choose ourselves. We have to focus on self-care and prioritize our joy, our needs. And if someone else is going the other direction, that is their choice. And I cannot tell you how many people that I know are telling me, and it's happened to me as well, where I'm going this way, but there are loved ones in my life going this way. They don't want to do the work. They want to keep things the way they are. They keep wanting to pull me back to where they think I should be. And that's not my path nor my plan. So many of us are experiencing loss and grief right now in relationships where we thought people were aligned or that they would want to come along with us along the journey. And this is hitting very closely. It's siblings, it's spouses, it's children. I mean, it's all the above, best friends. And so the why card is really important. And I didn't fully understand, Dawn, when I pulled this card, the significance of this card in context with what you just said. And we may be sometimes unconsciously judging others or unconsciously looking at our expectations of others through our own lens. And okay, if I can see the light and I've chosen this spiritual path, don't you want to come with me? And the message very loudly from the wisdom keepers was, we can expend a lot of energy and time focusing on trying to get other people in the boat with us. But the reality is we can't do the work for other souls. They actually have to choose this path. And no matter our intentions, how good they are, it's not our journey. And so everyone's journey as a soul is the path that they've chosen. And sometimes when people don't want to align with our path, and it seems to make no sense whatsoever, it's really hard to let people go. And so what they were saying to me is, this is the heartache. This is the part of separation. And we are moving to this beautiful new energy of the new earth, but we're at that Y point. And if we're going this way and others choose to go this way, we have to let them go in grace and have gratitude for the lessons, for the relationship, the friendships, whatever it has been, but to bless it and let it go, because we can't choose for them. And sometimes saying it is one thing, but experiencing it live and real, it's gut-wrenching and it hurts. And so many of you may have experienced loss. And when you do, allow yourself to feel that grief, because it's not something that you can shy away from. And if you've chosen your path, you've chosen your path. So the law of free will says we have our choice, but we also have to respect the free will and choice of others around us who might not see the world as we do. And Dawn, as you said, there can be two rights here. What's right for you and what's right for someone else, they can both be right. They're just a matter of people's choices, but they do have implications in the Y intersection. So hopefully that resonates with someone out there. If you're experiencing some changes in relationships and some loss, it's okay to grieve and it's okay to let them go. And with that, I'm going to turn over to Wendy.
All right. Okay, so my modalities are more with tarot and mediumship. And the question I have for all of us in the collective is, what message do my guides or loved ones have about nurturing my energy during this Lionsgate? I pulled a card from the Enchanted Map Oracle, and I got the 23 card Golden Palace, which I thought fit very well in with the Lionsgate energy. The 23 goes down to a 5. We're in this kind of flux of change, right? And it says, there is always enough. I'm going to go ahead and read the excerpt. So the Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth, and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that's long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go. And knowing your true value leads to even greater riches now. Share the wealth. And messages that I get from ancestor spirit is, it really is about having that balance between the 3D and the 5D, really being authentic to yourself, your true self, giving yourself the grace to be your authentic self and not just putting out what you feel is expected, those expectations from others, right? But really being true to yourself and what it is that you need to be doing, trusting your intuition, which is really also a part of Lionsgate, that kind of your intuition really being boosted right now, right? So now is a really good time to pay attention and really listen to it and move in that energy. I think, with all of this change that we have going around us, a lot of people are feeling pulled in a lot of different directions, and it can be really hard to find your focus. So that's why this self-care part is super important, to really get grounded, to take care of yourself in order to be able to get in tune with being your authentic self and having, giving yourself that grace, that time to just breathe and be present and be here in the moment, helping you to really find that balance, between being here on this earth and dealing with all of the day-to-day worries and things that we have, but also having that connection, with the divine and feeling that it can be really hard to find that balance. Okay. But I feel like if you can get yourself grounded and take care of yourself and really be as authentically you as you possibly can, that is how you will best serve yourself in nurturing your energy and your gifts. And I would also ask that you would really share. Let yourself be vulnerable. Share your stories. Find this, community. Share your stories. Talk to each other, because not only will you be helping others, it's also very healing for you to be able to share those things. And so you are really also finding that balance between yourself and your community and others, being able to be a teacher, a guide, a light, and also a student, and learning from others and hearing their stories too, and also giving them the grace and space of allowing them to share as well. So I feel like there's a lot of that going on, a lot of this energy of really kind of creating this balance and this authenticity. And it really kind of, by us doing that and allowing it, really raises not only our own vibration, but the vibration as the collective. And I have definitely been feeling that and getting a lot of downloads about that. So hopefully this message can also resonate for all of you out there. And I'm going to go ahead and pass on to Jen with her question. Thank you.
Okay, I love these messages that are coming out. And so my modality is mainly the channeling, and the cards that I use this week are actually cards that I'm creating myself. And so they are not out yet. I just have the prototype that I'm using, but it is the Oracle of the Awakened Flame. And so the Council of the Awakened Flame is the spirit team that I connect with and channel my messages through. And so the card that I pulled for this, let me get this up on my screen too. I've got, it came from the Council Speaks, and we have the Galactic Council. And this is a 22 card, and it says, "We see you beyond time." It has angel number 888. The color silver, and the crown chakra is what it's connected to. And I loved that it had 888 as just the angel number that was on the card. So, okay. First of all, I have to tell you how much I love the synchronicity here. For the Lionsgate 88, I pulled a card that literally has 888 printed on it. That's not coincidence, that's alignment. And it's also the 22 card, the Master Builder number. Together, these numbers are a loud confirmation that right now the blueprint is active and the alignment is happening and the frequency for manifestation is fully online. The Galactic Council is stepping forward to remind you, we see you beyond time. This portal was never about a single date circled on your calendar. It's about who you've become and the frequency that you're holding. Self-care in this season is about anchoring that frequency in your daily embodiment, because that's what allows the blessings, abundance, and manifestations to crystallize. You are standing in the in-between space, the threshold. You may not see the full form yet, but the vibration is already here. Your crown chakra is being upgraded to receive higher guidance without distortion, to download the strategies, the visions, and the soul directives to keep you in sovereignty. This shift this Lionsgate is opening for you is the ability to hold your alignment without rushing, without grasping, and without needing the proof before you believe it. Because in the eyes of the council and in truth, it is already done. And so I just love that it connected with what everybody else has been talking about literally it's about your frequency. And so, I mean, we are at what Dawn said, that why point, and the why, we're being sorted based off of the frequency that we're holding. And so it's like coming back to even what Cerie said with the free will, everybody's already chosen. And so now then it's the sort point. And so just hold your frequency and just, I mean, one of the things that I often questioned when I was hearing about this shift that was happening is like, yeah, but what if we get to here and we get to that, higher timeline and the people we love don't come with us, so, do they know? Do we know? Is there going to be the awareness? And so what I realized, yeah, we do know. We in this higher timeline, we do see it. We understand. It's what Cerie was saying. You see it so clearly. You see the choices they're making, but the thing is, they don't see it. When they're in that lower timeline, they're not seeing it. So we have to give them the free will to make the choices that are where they're at right there and their understanding and their frequency, and not see it as anything personal to us. Like, we see it because we're at this higher vantage point. But I mean, they cannot see it yet. And so I think that was something like it's definitely come clear this year, because I've seen too many people that I have just been begging, just please come with me. I want you on this path with me, that did not choose it. And so now then it's like, we really do have to just like let the choices be made and let the shift happen and just hold the frequency that we've chosen. All right. So I'm going to move forward now with Denise.
Thank you. And that 888 coming out, this is all divine timing, because now my question has to do with shamanic healing, and it's just like in line with everything that everybody's been saying. And I'm using the Soul's Journey Oracle, and the two cards that came out were forgiveness and acceptance. So tell me that's not in line. So I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. You can never flow with your natural energy of love unless you release the negative energy of hate, anger, intolerance, or blame. That is so going on right now. Every soul in your path has free will, and you have no control over that. But what you do have control over is how you react to the manifestations and others' free will. So your reaction, how you accept those things is I'm sorry, I was holding up the wrong card. That was forgiveness. So because it's part of acceptance, right? So your acceptance of those things, learning to forgive them, right? If they're not coming with us, it's going to, like the Three of Swords, right? It's going to be heartfelt. It's going to be sad that some of those people don't want to come with us. But we have to be on our own path. And that's sometimes I think what some of our fear is that, but what if, what if this, what if that, or what should I do? So the acceptance card, right now, your soul is learning acceptance. This may force you to feel out of control in a situation or with another person in your life. Just realize that the universe has given you this incredible opportunity to release control. Perhaps doing so will help you realize that there is a rhythm, a rhyme or reason to everything in life, rather than thinking that these are accidents that are occurring. Refer to these conditions as moments of divine design. So all this that's happening right now is a divine design. So we have to accept if they're not coming with us. We have to forgive them because we can't make those choices for them, right? They have to make it on their own. As much as we want to tell them, you know, it's human nature, you have to go through it yourself. Then I pulled a card from the angels and ancestors, and I got arrow. And the message under that is surround yourself with protective energy. Surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Call on your angels, guides, and ancestors to bring you protection. If you are in a situation where you feel that not everything is as clear as it seems, trust your intuition. There are energies in your current situation that aren't fully aligned with your intentions and goals, or with kindness. Follow your intuition about when to trust and what to trust. And I believe I forgot to mention my question. My question was, what part of me is asking for healing and retrieval so I can feel whole and cared for? So forgiveness, acceptance, and that arrow, right? Following your intuition. And I was compelled to also draw a card from the Shamanic Healing Oracle. And that card that came out was integration and the number 33, like Dawn pulled, right? So this is divine design, right? We are the sum of all our experiences in this and our lives. We all bring forward a wealth of knowledge, talents, and wisdom. One of the challenges is remembering who we are. We are bombarded every day in every way with messages of who we should be, what we should do, what we should wear, how we should live. These messages come from the media, society, our family and friends, and even strangers can drown out who we really are meant to be, who we have grown into life in this lifetime after lifetime, right? So who are we and who do we want to be? So this 33 I'm feeling this energy and this surge of like an opening, right?
Mhm.
Like the divine feminine, right? She has to be open to receiving, right? Trusting her intuition. And that's what we need to do. And just know that we have the ability to give ourselves that self-care that we need. And we have to do that for ourselves. We have to take that time, right? The Four of Pentacles, aligning our head and our heart, what brings us joy, and then using our head to help us get in that direction or go in that direction. So I'm really excited to see what Ruby and Morgan and Ron say, but next is Ruby.
All right, thank you so much, Denise. So I do a lot of twin flame readings and love readings and soulmate readings. So that is going to be the focus for me. And my question was, how can I show up for myself in love the way I wish that a partner would? So it's so interesting with Dawn when she was talking about the divine Y point, because as I was shuffling my cards, I'm doing the mystical shaman oracle. My card that came out, I was shuffling and usually they fly out and it just went boop and it was exactly a Y. And I was like, okay, because usually they fly out, and I thought, that's interesting. This definitely is a crossroads energy is how I was actually reading it for myself. But I actually got the hummingbird. And so I'm going to go ahead and read this. Despite being so little, hummingbirds are great journeyers, migrating between North and Central or South America to feed the summer nectar. This gentle creature can be fiercely territorial to protect its home. Hummingbird teaches us to be gentle to ourselves and protect our personal space. Hummingbird invites you to embark on your epic quest. Bypass the dung pile of old pain and hurts. Head for the flowers and learn to trust the calling you hear ever so softly. The buzzing you feel is the sound of your hummingbird wings preparing you to say yes to a new adventure. This is not the time to linger on what has gone wrong, but to trust in the rightness of the moment and take bold action. Trust that success is assured, even if you must face tests and challenges to reach your destination. Know that all will be well because the all is in the small. This mighty being comes to teach you stillness in motion and to trust your inner knowing that the sweetest nectar is assured. Failing to act when the moment is right can spoil your journey. If you feel your safety, comfort, or day-to-day survival are more important than saying yes to the invitation to explore the unknown, you will have to work much harder to achieve what is being offered to you freely now. Still your mind, even in the midst of your very hectic schedule, and heed the gentle voice that calls you to test new wings. When I'm looking at this card, that stillness and motion part really came to me here because it's almost like this hummingbird is just teetering on this. And so it's that stillness in motion, these things that are getting ready to happen, being aware, but mostly what I got from this is what you guys were talking about staying in that alignment, staying in that vibration as you're getting ready to do this for yourself. Because I know for a lot of us, when it comes to love and romance, we're always thinking about how someone is going to come in and like save the day and be like, oh, I love you forever. I want to be with you and I'm going to do all these things for you, right? And the reality is right now, this is about us. This is about ourselves. This is about us doing for ourselves and taking the chances taking chances for ourselves to move through this energy on our own, to do it for us because we are worth it for ourselves. And I know for me and a lot of other divine feminines out there, that's what a lot of us are trying to work through, is that balance of holding that energy between masculine and feminine and knowing when to take the action, when to take the choice, when to move through the energy for yourself, and when to be in more of the receiving mode. And so it's saying, don't fail to act when the moment is right, staying in alignment, right? But instead of taking chances for love for others, putting other people before us, putting other people's needs before us, putting the power in each other, in other people's hands, right? That's where I see Lionsgate coming into play for us, because Leo is about the self. It's about us. How are we going to show up for ourselves? And I have a North Node in Leo, so that's been an extra challenge for me too. But that is where the sweetest nectar is assured. So it's acting for yourself, setting those boundaries romantically as well, which again, for a lot of divine feminines, we have worked through that codependency, where we tend to again, work for the collective and not really focus as much on ourselves. And now it's starting to say, how can I show up for me? And you're going to allow yourself to stay in that full alignment. And it's that balancing act. It is that staying in the now, staying in the present. And it's this gentle voice that is calling you forward. And that's what I feel like that portal energy is for love and romance. And twin flame and soulmate energy is all about testing your own new wings. Because like Sari was talking about, with everybody that can be falling away in our lives, that can go into love and romance as well. But it's all about saying to ourselves, well, then why did I go through all of this? And it's because look who you are becoming as a result. Yes, it's been, very tedious for some of us, or we have felt all of these relationships fall away, or maybe our twin flame isn't coming back, and we're left with, well, now what? But if you look in that mirror and you see who you are becoming, that's the answer. And I'm getting goosebumps all over. So that is the portal energy, I feel like, for love and romance. It's that stillness and motion, but also the courage of the lion that is coming for you for that self-love. And so it's so beautiful. Anyway, that's what I have. And I'm going to be turning it over to Morgan now.
Thank you, Ruby. Okay, so in my readings, I get a lot of intuitive, clairvoyant messages. And the question that I have is what vision or insight is Lionsgate giving me about the next step in our self-care journey? And I pulled a card from the Angel Wisdom Tarot, and the card that came out was the Star card. So it says here, have faith, the future is bright. Dreams come true, positive changes that bring an end to challenging times. The light at the end of the tunnel. So this is Archangel Jophiel, and she shows her complete faith by pouring from the urns without any concern for the water running out. You can make a wish on the star over her shoulder. What a relief. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's the light of the divine sending you great blessings. The happy changes from the transformation card have arrived. The star is a card of faith, hope, and joy. It brings with it an understanding of the past and a sense of purpose that makes your heart feel so free that you'll want to laugh out loud. With that understanding, you can plan for the future knowing that all will be well. So wish upon that star. The sky's the limit as you dream of what you want. Trust that the future is truly bright. And it also says here that faith to move mountains, believing in your future, good fortune, suddenly knowing what to do next, and clarity about why things happened in the past, and a lot of spiritual joy. Okay, so when I looked at this card, the first thing that was brought to my attention was this pouring out. And I was looking at it and I could almost hear like tinkling sound, like trickling down. And I'm like, is that diamonds? Is that gemstones? What is that coming out of these urns? And all I heard was salt. So, I got a big message here about protection during this ascension time. Self-care would be really focused on using salt as protection. Okay, they told me please focus on drinking electrolyte water, all right? Also to place a bowl of salt or salt waters in areas of your home to increase protection. I was also told to explain, if you feel guided to do this, to sprinkle a little bit of sea salt or Celtic salt in your doormats at the back and the front entrance, wherever you have your doormats at the entrance of your home, for whomever is walking in and out to have this protection. All right. And lightly sprinkling like the salt on these mats to clear any protection energy. So a lot about your home space, because I feel, then I was guided, I saw this little bird here. So there's also a message here about balancing your energies, because it talks about a lot of joy and expansion. And I feel like it's really important to ground right now and to protect this energy, because possibly there might be some issues with people's shadow self around you who are not going on the same path as you, to try to pull you off of this energetic frequency, because you're expanding and you're getting a lot of light around you. And it's very exciting, but to protect yourself from people who will try to pull you off of this energy frequency. Okay, so with that, I'm going to pass it on to Ron.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Glad to be here. I was given the question. Let me pull it up real quick. It is, what ancient wisdom or rune energy wants to guide my self-care through the rest of the year? Well, my modality is that I'm a spiritual enlightenment coach, and I've chosen the runes as a source of connecting with the other side. This is the book of runes that I use. It's by Ralph Bloom, and he channeled this material. The rune that I pulled today to answer this particular question is this rune here. Its name is Kano, K-A-N-O, and it stands for opening, fire, and torch. So I'll read what the writings are. This is the rune of opening and renewed clarity, of dispelling the darkness that has been shrouding some part of your life. You are free now, both to receive gifts and know the joy of non-attached giving. Kano is the rune for the morning of activities, for seriousness, clear intent, and concentration, all of which are essential at the beginning of any endeavor. Of the 13 cycle runes, the protection offered by this rune, the more light that you have, the better you can see what is trivial and outmoded in your own conditioning. In relationships, there can now be a mutual opening up, which may trigger and set in motion through your awareness. The light of understanding is once again available to you both. Recognize that while on the one hand you are limited and dependent, on the other hand, you exist at the perfect center where the harmonious forces of the universe merge and radiate. So listen, this is the key to enlightenment. You are that center, and I'll say more about that. Simply put, if you have been operating in the dark, there is now enough light to see that the patient on the operating table is yourself. Well, this really keyed for me a movie, Little Big Man. If you're not familiar with it, it was Dustin Hoffman and an American Indian chief, I think Dan George. And when they met in the movie, Dustin Hoffman asked the chief, "Where do you live?" And this is it. This is the key to enlightenment. The chief said, "At the center of the universe, just like you." So all of you live at the center of the universe. And how is that? Because you are all that exist. And I'm thrilled to be able to share that key to enlightenment to you all. And that's now passing off to Cherie. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks to everyone. Wow. These are really, really powerful messages. And for the viewers, we have our questions, and sometimes we don't have the time to pull beforehand. So we don't really know what anyone else has pulled. So the fact that all these messages were woven so nicely and divinely guided, that it's incredible. I think, Denise, you coined it very nicely, divinely guided. So I'm going to summarize. I wrote down, as everyone was talking, some of the points of the collective. We are at the Y point. Our focus is on self-care and taking care of ourselves. We must have the courage to be our authentic selves. Every soul has free will and choice, and we have to accept that. Share your stories. This is really important. Let the shift happen. Your role is to hold your vibration, not the vibration of others. Forgiveness and acceptance are key. Say yes to the new that wants to come in. It was called stillness and motion. Stay in alignment. Keep strong boundaries. And Archangel Jophiel brought us the energy of the star for healing. There's an opportunity to use salt as protection to help ground and protect ourselves as we are going through this massive transition. And there is the opening of the fire and the torch, a renewed clarity in being free of old energy and darkness. And we live at the center of the universe. And there's light to see that the patient on the operating table is us. So some really, really powerful messages. And we hope that this Lionsgate energy is felt amongst all of you, because we certainly feel it. We are going to close for today, and we thank you so much for joining us. We will have a series of videos throughout the day, so be on the lookout for some self-care tips. And we will be back with you tomorrow with a video of the full moon in Aquarius. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. But again, this beautiful energy should not be wasted. So take time to get out in nature today and meditate and just receive this beautiful energy. But these messages of self-care are essential and critical for all of us. So thank you all. Thanks to our guests. Thanks to everyone that's been here. And we will see you soon. Thank you again so much, and happy Lionsgate.